Check this out! A Spider-Man video game. Spider-Man Web of Shadows, a Spider-Man video game. You can tell on how there's Spider-Man in the box art. Before Sony got all the Spider-Man games exclusively, the 7th gen had a couple fair amount of them, but the one that people like the most is Web of Shadows, and fair enough, it is honestly the best. Everyone knows it from that infamous intro. The Fur-Elise, very good. Symbiotic, yeah, this is the one where this one gets the symbiote story kind of good. And all the recent Spider-Man games, just Spider-Man 3, movie game. And Spider-Man 2 wasn't really super good with it. One player, it's a Spider-Man game, what can you expect? And I don't even remember how I got this one. No price tag. According to Wikipedia, Spider-Man Web of Shadows is a 2008 action-adventure video game based on the Marvel Comics character Spider-Man. The game was released in October 2008 across multiple platforms and encompasses 3 drastically different versions. One released for Microsoft Windows, the PlayStation 3, Wii, and Xbox 360, which features an open world and non-linear gameplay. One for the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation Portable, titled Spider-Man Web of Shadows Amazing Allies Edition, which is a 2.5D side-scrolling beat-em-up, and one for the Nintendo DS, a Metroidvania-style beat-em-up. I played that one as a kid, pretty good. All 3 versions have several common elements, such as moral choices that alter the narrative, the ability to summon allies during fights, and a similar plot despite different characters being featured. Web of Shadows' storyline is significantly darker than most previous Spider-Man games, as it revolves around a symbiote invasion threatening Manhattan, which Spider-Man must stop with the help of several unlikely allies. Let's start this one. Boom. Yeah, so from my loose understanding is that Shaba Games was the main leads, the main developers, but Treyarch offered doing Spider-Man 2 and Ultimate Spider-Man, they were more of a support role. Skipping that. But yeah, Web of Shadows, what an interesting game. Reflected a different time in gaming era where now Spider-Man, the best superhero, is relegated to just PlayStation. So I did beat this game, but because I'm playing it on a new profile, doesn't have my save data, so you will get to see the epic beginning, and it starts with it just like that, boom. The vibrations from the controller make it really immersive. Feel thuds of the helicopter. Ooh, that explosion, I felt that too. Ah, this is an incredible experience. Now, is this skippable? It's not. The flashing, as we all know, Spider-Man has Spidey sense. That seems to imply gameplay mechanic. Epic listening.
This city is going to be ours.
This is said and done. Who will the people remember?
Alright, Spider-Man doing some epic moves. So, Spider-Man Web of Shadows is an early 7th gen release, so the graphics aren't that crazy. Like, it's pretty contemporary enough to get into comfortably, but yeah, I would say it's probably not until the Amazing Spider-Man where the graphics start getting okay, like modern, to the point of modern standards. But damn, this web swinging is pretty good. And just like any good world open should, just like any good open world game, you kind of just not do the main mission and do whatever you want. So I'm just gonna web swing around. I don't want to do that. I just want to web swing, web swing. Great gameplay. And unlike Spider-Man 2, where it was kind of like a rigid pendulum, this web is more stringy, like the Ultimate Spider-Man. More of a cartoonish sound when getting zipped around. And this one you could really get into high altitudes, like it's insane. Like look at that! Oh. So as we can see, Spider-Man is really strong. He's got the proportional strength of a spider, which means he can throw a lot of punches in very good succession. It does a good job of portraying the contorted poses that Spider-Man can do in the comics. So as we can see, the symbiote invasion is happening. Very crazy. You can just press the button and be winning. It's not very complicated. It's very good. So this was an MCU take for MCU, as this is S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. is in this. Black Widow is in it, and she's very predominantly Russian.
Move in. Target neutralized.
You didn't have to shoot him.
But I remember Nick Fury being in this. So tap right trigger. So we're getting tutorial part. Remember the web rush, whatever it is. Once you got the hang of it, it was pretty kick-ass, but it took me a while to get a hang of it. Okay, so we have a shield. Oh! Get webbed on. I understand this combat makes it more intense, but in a sense, the less groundedness of it takes me out of it. As silly as Spider-Man PS4, you climb up and then it's really an upwards traversal thing, not so much of aerial combat. So it starts off with a lot of aerial combat, as you can see. Spider-Man is good at doing aerial combat because he can shoot webs. Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Does whatever a spider can. Spins a web. Ah! Exaggerated reaction for views. So yeah, it's a lot of just this wall combat. This actually does end up having a predominant impact in the gameplay cycle. Okay, I think this is where they introduce. Never mind, just the webs. Quick time events were a huge part of this.
Where is MJ?
Kind of like from Resident Evil 4. It was in that boost era. Gaming.
Show me.
Yeah, this game does have a pretty whiny Spider-Man.
Where's Katie? engaging a search party. The civilian volunteers. Pretty redhead, armed and aghast. Ah, you are no help.
Wow, the Spider-Man is very dramatic. So already we're a couple of minutes in and still no symbiote. We're just regular Spider-Man. They're really delaying our gratification. See with their modern attention spans. I would say that's an example of destructible environments. But yeah, with their modern attention spans, we want the symbiote now! Maybe that's why Spider-Man 2 was so rushed. Okay, this is more proof of this aerial combat. Not a big fan of this. It's kind of poopy. Whoa, GTA 4 web swing. Swing moment. GTA 4 swing moment. Yeah, spiders can do this. Yeah, pretty intensive experience so far. It's like symbiote war in New York City. Things happening everywhere. Like, give this to a 6-year-old and he'll have fun with it. I recall the campaign taking around, I'd say maybe 18 hours. I picked the good ending. I don't remember what it was. Oh, it gives you a reason to play more. But I've already played it once. I still have yet to finish PS4. I'm like maybe 25% through. Okay, the battery on this one's about to die in a second. Gosh, we're still fighting! I don't know if this just hasn't been introduced yet, but there's no lock-on feature. Oh, that's the alarm! Well, that's Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Probably the best Spider-Man game on the 7th gen, because it was Amazing Spider-Man and then Amazing Spider-Man 2, which they each tried their own attempts that I don't think were as good as this. This is just a traditional web slinging onto the buildings and good combat and decent graphics. So, yeah, there's your dose of multitude-minute content. Go back to scrolling on TikTok.